Nearly half of COVID patients haven't fully recovered months later, study finds. This is from the New York Times. The findings strengthen calls from scientists for more expansive care options for long COVID patients. So this is what happens when you pretend COVID doesn't exist and then care more about businesses than you do human beings, right? A stranger's business is more valuable to you than human life is. So in addition to the 1 million plus people that have died from COVID in this country, no longer alive, that's, mothers, fathers, grandfathers, children, just no longer there because people were too fragile to put on a mask, too delusional to get a vaccine, too uncaring, too unsympathetic to at all care about people that might be immunocompromised. For those that survive COVID, that do not die, a lot of them have residual effects known as long COVID, and there's a lot of issues. I haven't gotten COVID that I know of. I think maybe when it first started, I may have gotten it. Either way, don't actually know if I did. Thankfully, haven't. My friend's kid has had it. Right, he was okay. Had the vaccine, so it wasn't a big deal. But going to school, they don't have mask mandates anymore, so it's just like, well, let's just let it go. Let's just see what happens. The economy is way too important. But yeah, I've seen a lot of things on long COVID and how it's going to be a major issue, and how the effects of it, the long-term effects, are unknown. So I still cautious. I mean, my lifestyle is pretty secluded anyway. I don't socialize with people. I'm not going out into public. I literally don't have a car right now, so I can't really go anywhere, which is perfectly fine for me. No desire. I don't have health insurance, so to get sick in any way would be financially destructive for me. And knowing that COVID is horrible, like even when my roommate's kid got it, I just no desire to get it. Hopefully he doesn't have long COVID issues. Who knows? But wouldn't be surprised if people that have gotten COVID have been impacted, and probably makes sense why they are acting so batshit crazy, right? Famous people, even people that are anti-vaxxers like Joe Rogan, who got COVID at least once. I wouldn't be surprised if he's dumber now. It would make more sense for the things that he says and the way he acts and how just far right he has become, thinking that Ron DeSantis is the rational decision, the guy who traffics humans for political purposes, who uses human beings as like PR stunts, guy who bans books and makes laws against marginalized people, guy who votes against federal relief funding for disaster areas and yet begs for federal funding when he has a disaster area, the guy who does PR photo shoots wearing white boots and stopping people from actually doing help so he can get his photo op. That's the rational guy. So I wouldn't be surprised if the reason why Joe Rogan thinks Ron DeSantis is a rational option for president was caused by his deteriorated brain from having long COVID. Wouldn't be surprised.
New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can